What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD1GD here, back again with another episode of I think we are the biggest Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2 podcast, Road to Part 2, where we go over anything and everything Last of Us and Last of Us Part 2 leading up to the release of Last of Us Part 2, and probably beyond that, honestly, because I feel like we'll have a lot more to say when Last of Us Part 2 comes out, 100%. But and with me, of course, my luxurious co-host, Starkz. Starkz, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. I'm okay. Like we just said before the podcast, it's freezing here in Canada.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
It is so cold.
In the snow, do you ever imagine yourself as like Ellie from the snow level with David? I don't know why I said that.
Maybe when I was younger, sure, but like, because I used to play, I role play all that, or I used to role play all the time when I was younger.
That's something that even I do to this day, like to a degree, right? Like whenever I beat any type of media, whenever I am finished with a movie or a show or complete a game, like there's a part of me that almost like is still in that
dude. I thought it was just me.
No, like that's
me
100%
and my brothers.
me.
Holy crap,
100% me. No, I have always done that, like from the jump. Like this is gonna sound really like, again, I know how stupid this sounds, right? But like after I beat the Batman games, like I was like, yo, bro, like I'm the Arkham Knight, bro. Like what it do, baby? You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah. I don't know if you do that too, but
no, me and my brothers, when we were younger, the Matrix, we have a special heart for the Matrix, and we legit, like, when it was, I remember when it was picture day in elementary school, we dressed up as like professional Neo and professional Morpheus, and we were like fighting a bunch of kids like Matrix style. It was hilarious.
Do you know what's funny about
so I still do that crap. Like it's weird to admit it because obviously nobody really knows except for my brothers, but
right.
I still role play quite often, to be honest. It's just fun.
Do you know what's funny about that, actually?
What?
I've never seen The Matrix.
Really? Okay.
Yep, I've never seen it.
It's one of my favorites. Yeah, it's a classic.
I will definitely get around to it. But this is not a Matrix or movie podcast. This is, of course, Last of Us Part 2. And we were going to do this before we got the latest trailer of Outbreak Day and stuff like that. And all the different news tidbits that we got from that. However, we figured, we should wait a little bit on it. But today is the day. Okay, today's the official day, right? So leading up to release, right, we would like to post some predictions that I will keep track of actually in a separate document. So I'll be doing that right here. Ooh, that was a loud car. That was
Sorry.
A loud car. It's all good. I'm making the TLOU 2 predictions spot in my notes, and we'll be doing that. So I know for right now, we are going to first predict the release date if it gets delayed, right?
Okay, that's special.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what are the likelihood that you feel that it gets delayed? Because, I mean, with Sony and especially Sony and PlayStation, right? Like, I feel like more than any other first-party studio, if anyone were to need any sort of delay, they would give it to Naughty Dog, no matter what.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like,
absolutely.
Do you, like, how likely are you feeling that there will be a pushing of the release date? You know what I'm
saying? So likeliness of it, very slim chance. However, I don't think it's, so for me, now this is something I kind of like went back and forth with on my own channel, where when I would make a video, I'd be like, okay, well, I think the reason why they're not showing us The Last of Us is not because they're not ready necessarily. It's just because, well, yeah, it is because they weren't ready, but also because they want to ensure that whatever they do promote and whatever they have to offer is enough up to the launch date that they're comfortable with that launch date. And by the looks of it, they seem very confident with February 21st, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, how can I forget? Okay, yeah, February 21st. I'm like, oh yeah. So I think it's settled. I think it's gonna definitely be February 21st. However, that doesn't mean it won't get delayed. Because as we know, a lot of Naughty Dog games have been. Like, I think Uncharted 4 got delayed 3 times or 2 times, right?
I think it was 2 or 3 times. It was a lot. Granted, that game went through a lot
of crap.
growing pains.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. With Amy Hennig leaving, and I believe Straley left during that time. I think.
Okay, no. So what? Yeah. So what happened is, Amy Hennig left in the writing process, and then a bunch of actors too. Todd Stashwick left. He was supposed to play Sam Drake. And then they had to revise the entire story.
Yeah.
And then Bruce Straley, I think, left after the fact that Uncharted 4 was finished. Yeah, because he was in all the promotion stuff for the game.
I see. Yeah. So definitely. I mean, I feel like we're not completely out of the realm of possibility that the game gets pushed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they could easily just make a case, and I feel like also no one would really.
You there, Kevin? Kevin? Hello?
Wait. Hello.
Yeah, what happened?
Hello? Okay.
You scared me, man.
We're fine. I went into the shadow realm for a little bit there, but we are good. I noticed that my recording wasn't picking up audio. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, my mic unplugged. Okay, we're good. We're back. All right. I was screaming the whole time, but so I feel like. So, as I was saying, I feel like we're not completely out of the realm of possibility of the release date being pushed, right? Because, I mean, I don't know. Like, I could just easily see a future where February 21st isn't the day, and they drop it in April or March. But...
Oh, dude, if they do that...
This is what I'm saying. What's difficult is that there are a lot of big games coming out in that... Like, I'm going to pull it up, actually, to make sure I get my...
I know Cyberpunk is April 16, 2 days after my 20th birthday. I'm not going to be a teenager anymore. I can't believe how short I am. I didn't grow for... I know this is unrelated, but like I am a short guy.
Bro,
and I've never had no growth spurt or whatever they call it. Like I feel so... That's why whenever I go to like bars in public, I feel so out of place because I'm such a short person. People are like, hey, you're not of age when I am. But anyways,
how tall
I just
are
had
you?
to mention that. I'm sorry.
What is your height, good sir? Because I am 5'7". I consider that pretty short.
I think I'm shorter than you. I think I'm 5'6". I think I'm a little above 5'5". I know I'm not 5'5". I know I'm not that short, but like I am around 5'5" to 5'6".
I see. Wait a minute.
I'm definitely in the shorter end of the mid of 5'6".
Right.
Now
So,
I do have a list here.
okay,
I'll send it to you.
beautiful. Yeah. If
The
you
list. Well, no, sorry. This was for best-selling PlayStation games, but I don't think Spider-Man's on the list because from my understanding, Spider-Man is the highest grossing. Oh no, it is Marvel Spider-Man.
Yeah, it is.
Shit.
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
How's that related to anything? I forgot. What were we
No,
about?
because we're gonna talk about sales as well, right?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes, we are. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Good idea. I was like, wait, what? Where'd that come from? But in terms of games releasing around that time frame, right? We have Last of Us Part 2 projected to be the February 21st, right? So that if that hits it, I think that's a really good spot to put it, right? But there's also Final Fantasy VII Remake, March 3rd. There's Gods and Monsters, a new Ubisoft game, February 25th.
I want to get that so bad, dude. It looks so good.
And it's coming out on my birthday. It's going to be hype. Watch Dogs Legion is March 6th, right? And then we have Cyberpunk April 16th. We have Marvel Avengers May 15th.
Yeah.
So, like, if they want to push it to any other month besides February at this point, there's going to be some competition. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then there's also Ori of the Will and the Wisps.
Yeah. Ori's over
February
here.
11th.
I know a lot. I mean, I'm hyped for Animal Crossing. Don't think that they necessarily compete Last of Us Part 2 and
no way.
Animal Crossing. So, like, that's why I didn't include it in there. But nonetheless, sure, you know. But I feel like any major console release is going to be somewhat of a competition towards Last of Us Part 2, right? Now, do I feel that if any of these games were released next to Part 2 and could outsell it, I think the only one capable of that is Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk. Those are the only two that could. Wait, could Avengers though?
Oh, Avengers. Yeah, I was about to say that. May
You know what?
15.
Yeah, those are the only three that I could conceivably see doing it. Watch Dogs, I don't see it. Gods and Monsters, I don't see it.
Dying Light 2, no way.
Dying Light, I don't see it. Even though a lot of people like Dying Light.
Nah.
Yeah, like I know.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 5. But no,
Oh,
that's the
no.
quarter. That's the fourth quarter.
Yeah. There's no way that's releasing quarter one of So that's my only thing. Like I could see them pushing it, but I could also see them not because of how close we have these big games. In that time frame, in those first few months of 2020. So, if you want, we could just right now what I've written down is release date in case of a delay. I have the Metacritic. Does Ellie know what Joel did at the end of Last of Us 2? Does Bill show up? And does The Last of Us 2 have a prologue similar to The Last of Us 1's prologue, where, spoiler alerts if you haven't played it, and if you haven't played Last of Us, it's free right now on PS Plus. Cop it, download it, go ahead, have fun. Will The Last of Us 2 have a prologue similar to the inkling of Last of Us 1, where we had, of course, Sarah, which was Joel's daughter, die in that horrific scene. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to brainstorm other ones that I haven't thought of yet.
Okay, how about I don't know, things like possibly Ellie and Joel dying, or but I think we've already. But no, yeah, that's good. We could do that.
Does Ellie die?
Because as well as for after the game comes out, once we play it, I want to do like a review podcast or just talk like a spoiler cast, just talking about it.
Spoiler cast.
I'm definitely yeah, man. That's gonna be awesome.
So good.
But
does
sorry,
Joel die?
If part 2, did you want me to answer that? If part 2 does get delayed, like when do I think it might come out?
You know what? Yeah.
All right, so because we've seen something similar to Uncharted 4, where I think it was slated for April of 2016, and then it ended up getting delayed. Or no, it was for March, and then April, and then May. So in that case, I think we might end up getting it in April if it were to get delayed somehow. The Last of Us Part 2, that is. Do I think it's going to get delayed? Like I said earlier, I think there might be a slim chance, but the possibility of that just doesn't seem right, because Naughty Dog seemed very confident in that day, as I'm sure a lot of developers are when they release or announce like a release date. But just based off of the way that this game hadn't been promoted until like a year and a couple months after the fact, so they've had like a year and a couple of months to really hammer down a lot of the game. They're probably in their, I wouldn't say final stages, but almost there. And so by that fact, I definitely think that The Last of Us Part 2 will not get delayed. And if it does, it won't be delayed tremendously, like all the way to April. Like I said, it might be for April, but like to me, that doesn't make any sense either. So if anything, it might be March, like a month later, or almost a month later, maybe a couple weeks later. I don't know.
Do you want to lay down a specific date in April, or do you want to do just April 2020?
Ooh, I'll get a specific date. Sure. Let me just pull out the map for April.
The map.
I wish it was my birth. Sorry, not map. The calendar.
I was like, dude,
I'm tired, man.
Me and Starkz are having a little cup of coffee. I got a little banana next to me. I got to start eating.
My coffee tastes horrible, dude. I don't know what this is.
Mine is pretty delightful.
So I put like about like a teaspoon and a half of instant coffee, and then I put like this keto creamer, which tastes great. It's coconut. It's so good, and it's good for you. And then I put a little bit of brown sugar, but it just doesn't taste. I don't know.
There's some.
But anyway,
interesting choices. So before you preface, right, I have the calendar pulled up for April 2020. There are some really interesting dates in April. So we have Good Friday on April 10th, on the Friday, of course, being Catholic, and then we have the beginning
are you Catholic? Oh, so am I. Shit, I never knew that.
It's lit. And then we have the beginning of Ramadan, which I'm not sure if I'm sure you're aware of Ramadan. It is a Muslim holiday.
Yes.
A Muslim time.
Where they fast. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And so that begins April 24th, also on a Friday. So I don't know the logistics of them dropping a game on one of those two, days.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like necessarily like disrespectful, but I don't know if that if like
I
they
see
would
what you
do
mean.
that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But
true.
That's
okay, so for me, Good Friday, a lot of things are closed. I think on Good Friday. as well as maybe Ramadan either, because we have a lot of just a diverse community here.
Right.
However, if The Last of Us were to get delayed, I'm stuck in between. I'm thinking, okay, March is appropriate to me, but you know what? I think they might, if they were to delay it. I'm sorry, I can't do April. I was gonna say April 3rd, the Friday, but no way.
I like April 17th, low key. I thought you were gonna say 17th. I think 17th sounds like a pretty good day.
After Cyberpunk?
Oh shit, you're right. Damn, no, never mind. Wait,
I'm surprised Cyberpunk comes out on the Thursday. That's weird.
Wait, Cyberpunk comes out on Thursday?
No, it's 17. No. Well, hold on a second.
Oh, that is Cyberpunk Day. Shoot.
Hold up. Wait, when does it come out? Cyberpunk?
I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk is April 17th.
17th, right? I thought it was 16. No. Initial release date, it's April 16, 2020. Why would they make it on a Thursday?
Wow, okay. It does say 16. That's odd as hell.
That's weird. Yeah, that's very weird. But okay, to settle down on a date, if they were to delay The Last of Us Part 2 from February 21st, that Friday of 2020, back to March, I think they will have it come out the Friday the 20th of March.
Okay.
I was gonna say 13, but that's a horrible day.
March
so the 20th of March, Friday. That is my final answer for
March
this.
20th, 2020. Got it written down on the doc. Let's see.
How about you?
Let's see for me. I need to peruse the calendar if I may. So, because I was really feeling March, man. I was feeling March. Now, why I don't like March is because I do have a trip to Miami booked the last week of March.
Right.
So if I have to miss The Last of Us Part 2, that's gonna be quite upsetting.
Dude, bring your PlayStation 4 with you.
Quite honestly, I really would.
You might have to, man.
I would bring a mic. I mean, I already have a portable setup if I need to ever record on the road. So
really? That's cool.
Like it's in my bag. So I could do it. You know, it's just a matter of bringing the PS4 with me, which would be a pain. But let's think. Okay, so we have March 6th to March 13th, March 20th. Damn, March 27th sounds really good. Damn. March 27th does sound really good if they were to push it. Because I feel like...
Really? You think that they would... I feel it, but that's like a month. Like, no, I guess that makes sense. Well, no, mine is about a month. Friday, March 20th is about a month. That's what I settled on, right? Yeah. I feel like that's about a month, but no, March 27th seems reasonable though. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. So I like mine will be 20th, and I think yours is 27th, right?
Yeah, if Cyberpunk wasn't in April, I would do April 17th, but there's no feasible way. I don't think it'll be pushed all the way to May. May is too far out. Yeah, I'm gonna say March 27th. I'll do a week after. Right. I know they're pretty close, but we'll just keep it there. Now,
and I hope. Pardon me, just to quickly end off on this. I hope if they were to announce it, they would announce it quick, because I know for a fact that if The Last of Us Part 2 does get delayed, I'll be screwed, because like I'm trying to book off a whole weekend, or at least Saturday.
Right.
Play The Last of Us like crazy, man.
I'm taking off the entire weekend.
I can't do the entire weekend. I don't want to be, me and my brother be working the same place, and I feel bad if I do that. So.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna take off the whole weekend and just plow through that game.
But you have to be careful, because it can't. What if they do announce like it gets delayed? You know what I mean? So.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I'm gonna wait until closer to the release. I say if we get post Game Awards and there's no delay announced, we're good. I feel like if we get to mid-December with no word of a delay, especially if we get to January, we're solid. We're solid, because the game. So if it's coming out February 21st, the game should go gold at the top of January. Typically games go about a month and a half before release. They usually go live. So I feel like we will get the knowledge that the game has gone gold sometime in early January. You know what I'm saying? Like right around the time New Year's is up and stuff like that. I think we'll get, I think, or would Naughty Dog and the studio do like a last ditch effort in the final weeks of December before they go on the holiday break and make it gold there? I think that's what they would want to do. No, but would they? Do they have time for that? Nah, I was also saying it'll be mid January will be the gold date. But beside the point, another big contention here is the Metacritic, right? So currently, I would like to read you the Last of Us Metacritics that we have available so far. So for Last of Us Remastered and the original Last of Us on PS3, they're both at a 95% Metacritic, and the Left Behind DLC is at an 88. Not sure how much that plays into the overall, your thought process, but 95 and 88 is what they are used to in the Last of Us franchise, right? What do you think this game is going to get Metacritic wise, right?
Oh man, that's hard. That's hard because
this is difficult. This
based
is
off
difficult.
of everything that you've seen all the gameplay stuff, right? Because I
Yeah.
know some people are hiding away from it because they don't want it spoiled. I'm like, listen, I kind of have to watch it, and make videos on it and stuff. But The Last of Us won Metacritic score of 95. What, 95? 97? No.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
90,
Last of Us is 95.
95. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, it says 97%. Like this game. My bad. Wow, that's incredible. I mean, based off of what we've seen, right? Like the game looks a lot less linear and narratively focused. I know it sounds ridiculous, but the gameplay just looks a lot, because it looks a lot more open and a lot more creative. It looks a lot less focused on narrative and the linear path. And in terms of linear path, it's more grand, it's more bigger, more options, right? So gameplay wise, I think it's definitely going to serve as a very solid game. But narratively, I don't think it will be able to match the level of quality and simplicity that we saw, and uniqueness that we saw in The Last of Us Part 1. So I think, I don't know if that's enough though to really, I don't know, man. I want to say a 97, but I don't think it's gonna get any higher than 95.
Man. You're going higher?
I'm gonna go with 93.
Oh, okay. 93.
Actually, no, I changed that. 92%.
92.
92%.
Fuck.
Mark it down, bro. 92%. That's what it's gonna get.
Here's where I'm at, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there is no question that Part 2 will get somewhere in the 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there is a time, I really want to do an episode where we live react to the Metacritic unveilings, right? Because they announce when those go up, when the embargo lifts, right? I do want to live stream that, because let me tell you something, Starkz. Let me tell you something. If somehow we are in a different timeline, or our Spider-Verse universes cross over to another timeline, right? And if Last of Us Part 2 gets below a 90, that will have to mean that Armageddon is coming, or something like that, or like Christ is coming down once again. So that would be insane. But all right, what's my official Metacritic?
So I'm not too familiar, despite my status on the internet here as a content creator in games and stuff. When it comes to scores, because I've never been so focused on them too much.
Right.
I don't even watch reviews necessarily, or movies, until I actually played and stuff. But how does that work? Because can the Metacritic score currently on The Last of Us Part 1 be changed if other people put in their input, or is there a set number of people who put in their input?
Right.
Like how does that? Because I know when it comes to Rotten Tomatoes, like you'll have like 100%, but that's only like 5 or 10 people who reviewed it, and then later on in the week it's like 120 people review it, and then it goes down to like, I don't know, 95 or whatever. So how does that, like, is that the same concept with Metacritic?
It's a very similar concept, and to a similar ilk as Rotten Tomatoes. You have to be approved by Metacritic for your score to count. Also, if you don't give a numbered score on your review as an outlet, you cannot be submitted into Metacritic, because there's no way for them to gauge a number for that. Because what they do is like, I believe GameSpot has a 5-point system, or like a 5-star system, as opposed to IGN, which has a 10-point system, and other sites have 100-point systems. So what they do is they take they take, so like let's say as PlayStation stores we give Last of Us a 9 out of 10, right? Let's say we're on 10-point scale. They stretch every single approved outlet their scores out to reflect a 100-point scale and then average them all out, and that's the Metacritic.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So
now in that regard, can people who aren't who aren't approved, like just fans, can they do their own like score as well? Like, because I know Rotten Tomatoes is something similar. I don't use Rotten Tomatoes because I review stuff sometimes. I use Letterboxd, but it's so in that case, like can audiences kind of put their input as well? But like it won't, I know that it won't overall Metacritic score because they have to be approved and critics and stuff, but can there also, oh no, there is, yeah, it says it right here. Oh my god.
Yeah, so there
what am I doing? Yeah, critic reviews and then user reviews.
Yeah.
So I could write a review if I want. I might do that more.
Yep. So it looks like for Last of Us there have been 69 critics officially that were involved in the Metascore to bring it up to 95, and there have been 7,523.
Wow.
Yeah, 7,523 private user scores that have been submitted in the Metacritic to make it 9.1.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like there is a Metascore and a user score. User score, it's pretty interesting to see that, especially if they don't line up, you know. But overall, that's what it is. Yeah. So damn, what do I think part 2 is gonna get? This is so difficult.
Yeah, the game doesn't look. I'm just so mixed on how I shouldn't have watched the gameplay because it's kind of convincing me that it's not gonna be as good. I know that sounds wild, and I'm not trying to trash the game. I haven't played it. I'm a huge fan, but like, nah, it's not gonna do nearly as good. Watch.
Starkz, I'm gonna be bold here. Oh, but I don't know if it's the right decision, but I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna be really bold. No, I'm gonna say 97.
Okay.
Oh,
97. I thought of that too. I was like, I think it's good, but I don't know.
How I feel about
it's so hard because I don't even know what the story is. Like, who is Ellie getting revenge on? I'm like, maybe it could be Dina, maybe it can be Jesse, and then this, yeah. I dog employee, good guy, Rakistan. He was like, he's like, he replies to a lot of my theories because it's like, oh, you have to play it, and he says just funny stuff like that, but. No, I don't know. 97's. I was gonna give that 2, but I don't think it's gonna do as good. I honestly don't.
I mean, I think the reason why I would like to defend my 97, not that you're attacking it, but
no,
that
okay.
Like, I just feel like The Last of Us yet again is at a position from what we have seen so far and where it's positioned at in terms of this generation, that it will be another genre, not only a genre-defining game, not only a platform-defining game for PlayStation, but a industry-defining game. Because, like, for me personally, I don't think I've ever said this vocally, and because I've told people that like a lot about Last of Us, right? But I feel like the Last of Us fundamentally changed gaming forever.
Yeah.
I feel like it was one of those games that had a fundamental industry impact where we have had really good games in the past, right? But a game like Last of Us to come out and address certain things and portray certain things in a game we have not seen in game. Like the overall just story and narrative of that game, right? I feel like it propelled gaming to a realm that it's never been before. You know what I'm saying?
I absolutely agree.
So like that's why I fundamentally feel that like Last of Us is a industry defining game, and I feel like part 2 might just do it again.
Wow.
So like
that's a statement, Kevin.
especially going into PS5 and then like a new generation, stuff like that. Like I feel like it's positioned in a similar way to like, all right, like this is yet again the send off to the PlayStation 4. As a similar vein that Last of Us was a send off to PS3, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Or my other prediction in my head, 88. I think 88. I don't know why that is in my head so much, and I almost want to change it to 88, but I'm gonna double down on 97.
97. All right, so 97 for Kevin here, and 92% for me.
Yep.
Now, when we look back on these, we're gonna give ourselves a set of scores, I guess.
Yeah.
And then whoever's the highest is gonna be called the ultimate TLOU fan. No, I'm joking. But no, I'm sure we can rate these predictions. Yeah, that'll be fun.
I think it'll be fun to look back on these too. I think it'll be fun.
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Yeah.
My next one here. Does Ellie ever find out what Joel did at the end of TLOU 2?
110%.
Sorry. TLOU.
Pardon?
I'm sorry, my bad. Let me sorry. I wrote 2 instead of 1. Does Ellie ever find out what Joel did at the end of TLOU 1? Of course, for those unappointed, but if you're not appointed, I don't know why you'd be watching this episode. But nonetheless, of course, I am completely referencing the fact that Joel did not allow the doctors to sacrifice Ellie's body and her brain to extract the cure, and Joel decided to let Ellie live and kill, and plot for her escape, and essentially made her escape the hospital, thus, of course, killing Marlene as well in the process. And you didn't have to kill the other doctors and stuff like that. You did have to kill the doctor that was right over Ellie, cutting her open, or like about to cut her open, but you necessarily didn't have to kill the other soldiers that were in the hospital, as well as the other doctors and people that were in the hospital. But you did have to kill that one doctor as you are grabbing Ellie, as well as Marlene.
Right.
So does Ellie find out about this?
Indeed, she does.
Interesting.
Absolutely.
So you say she does. Now, does she find... No. Okay.
Because I feel like Neil Druckmann had a very like, he even said that the ending is kind of like mixed, right? Like, people will have their different opinions and thoughts about the ending, and his initial thought, or he's the writer as well, right? And he said like that moment, I'm pretty sure, if I can recall, is Joel progresses significantly as a character, but I think Ellie does as well. I think it's something in between those lines, which is interesting because I never looked at it that way. I just looked at it as a conversation, and Ellie being like, "Yeah, okay, cool, all right, I believe you. Cool, let's go to the dam." I didn't read into it all this because I was young. I was 14 when I played the game.
Right.
So I never had that. Oh, okay, yeah. Ellie doesn't believe him or whatever. But I do think if part 2 doesn't address that ending, then I feel like it wouldn't really evolve. Ellie and Joel won't evolve as two characters in part 2. I mean, I could see it working without Ellie knowing, but I just rest the story at all if she doesn't know. Or it could, but like I definitely think that it will be addressed in part 2, and Ellie will find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause my knee-jerk answer is that she already knows. She's known since that conversation at the end of Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fundamentally don't believe.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, I do not believe that Ellie bought Joel's lie, and I think
Fair point.
And I think that it's a reflection also as to like how much like Ellie also loves Joel, you know, in terms of like obviously it's primarily seeing in The Last of Us with Ellie saving Joel's life and literally dragging him, you know, through the university, killing people behind them while dragging Joel's body to safety, you know, and nurturing him through the winter and all that stuff. And even going as far as when she knew that Joel was going to be under attack, when David and his crew were in that resort, making a huge commotion to draw them to her and not to Joel. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very clear that Ellie has love for Joel, right? And I think another you know, example of that is the fact that Ellie is following along with the lie that Joel tells her, and understands that it's a lie, but still has love for Joel to be like, okay, like, all right, I'll go with it, you know, or at least I'll put up front that I am going with it. But so I almost want to say she already knows, but that's a cop-out answer. Wait.
No, that's fair. That's a fair point.
Okay. She already knows?
Yeah.
I bet. She already knows. Does Bill...
So me is... Oh, sorry. So for those answers, I think that she'll find out later in the game through Joel, and then Kevin believes that she already knows, which a lot of people say.
Yeah, so I'll put Will... Next year, I'll put Will find out in TLOU 2 story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha. All right. Does Bill show up, Starkz?
Now, I remember when you and I were breaking down TLOU 2 trailer.
Yeah.
We came to the shot of the naked, what it seems to be a naked Seraphite, and some man, right? Now, by the lighting, I thought this guy that was on top, or, you know, interrogating the Seraphite or whoever this guy is, I thought he had longer hair, which is why I said, oh, that's Bill, right? Because the lighting was awful. Upon further reflection, I realized that he doesn't necessarily look like Bill from behind. However, it's been 5 years, and Bill, by the seams of it, looked like, I mean, he has like I forget what it's called, but one of those hairstyles where
a mullet,
like the front of it, no, like the front of his hair, it kind of looked like it's a very distinct type of hair curve. But what I'm trying to say is, it looked like he might have been in the process, or eventually will be in the process of losing his hair, like a lot of men are, or end up having, right? So I was like, okay, maybe this is Bill. I mean, this guy does definitely look a little, I wouldn't say bigger. I mean, Bill, he wasn't, you know, he wasn't. Bill was big. Like he was
husky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A little bit thick with 2 C's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, and that character kind of looked thick as well. And I was like, okay, what are the odds that Bill makes a return? Do I think he'll be in part 2? Yes, I do. Somebody told me that they don't think so. That Naughty Dog, I mean, the story of The Last of Us Part 1 is very unique in that the characters, that there has to be like more significant meaning for them to just randomly show up in part 2, which is a fair point. But I do think, like in part 1, that the Fireflies will have a significant presence. I think a lot of people have overlooked that specific aspect of, you know, we saw the first 2016 teaser. We saw Ellie with a machete, which we haven't seen thus far, but we've seen her knife. So maybe that machete represents that knife. We've seen her take a very violent approaches against people that we barely know, and now we have also seen a glimpse of Joel, and we've also seen the green lush environments. We also seen some clickers and the evolution of some of the clickers as well. However, we have yet to see fireflies, and one of the first symbols that we've seen in the 2016 first ever reveal, The Last of Us Part 2, was a firefly logo on top of a stop sign.
Yep.
And based off of that teaser, it has me to believe that that just like the fireflies, Bill and perhaps other individuals in the first game might have a bigger presence in the game. I guess just Bill and the fireflies, because there's no one really else. Perhaps though, David's group, and doesn't David have a son? Because someone said, oh, David has a son and maybe he's trying to seek revenge, which seems wild. But I need to replay the game because I've only played it once, so I kind of forget. But
I forgot David
point
has
is,
a son, yeah.
He does?
No, I said I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure. He might.
But no, I do think Bill will make a presence. Kevin? Hello? Yeah, you there? Kevin?
Hold on. Hello? Okay, sorry.
Yeah. All right.
I went back to Spider-Verse, guys. My bad. Okay. I need to stop touching my mic. Kevin, just hands off the mic. All right, hands off. Does Bill show up? You know, I could almost see them. Which also we need to cover in a future episode, the story of Ishmael. I'm sure you remember from Last of Us 1. I would like to do like a full recap with you, a full podcast.
Who the heck is Ishmael?
You have no idea? Wait, you really don't know?
Wait, no. No, who the heck is Ishmael?
You know what? Put a pin in that, all right? That may just have to be next week's episode. That may just have to be, but So okay, so just TLDR about Ishmael, right? It is a trail of papers that you can find in the original Last of Us that tell the
Okay.
story of this survivor named Ishmael and how he has a group and everything, and it goes through like a few levels where like you like find essentially like his paper trail, essentially like a journal type deal. And it has a very very sad demise, very very sad ending, but it's one of the most famous stories in Last of Us, and a lot of people thought that that was going to be like some story DLC after the release of Last of Us. Like everyone thought that
Right.
the DLC that was left behind was going to be some sort of story about Ishmael, or take place, or maybe tell the tale of Ishmael in a more gameplay standpoint, like that you would play through that story. But it wasn't. But ooh, we are definitely going to cover that. Oh god, that's gonna be so cool. But I think so. So what I mean by that is like maybe Bill's, like the rest of Bill's story will be told in that format. You know, like maybe something like that. You know, I think
Okay.
that's a little bit because like, oh, how is Ellie gonna out of the blue find Bill's, you know, journals? You know what I'm saying? Like that seems a little bit too on the nose and too like, all right, like come on, man, like, you know. But maybe Bill joins the Fireflies. You know, maybe
Interesting.
Bill's in the WLF. Now that wouldn't make sense because he would have to be in Washington to be
Right.
in the WLF. So that probably won't be a thing. But
Like maybe he doesn't make a presence at all. Like, cause like
I'm gonna say
Naughty
no.
Dog has done this before, where
Yeah.
they in Uncharted 4 we saw a character of Hector Alcazar, and sorry, that was horrible, but Hector Alcazar, the prison inmate of Sam Drake. Sorry, spoiler alert, but whatever. And that prison break, excuse me, actually didn't end up happening.
Yeah.
However, they showed him, and people were like, "Is this Nathan Drake's father?" Right? Like, so, like they kind of put different things up there to kind of throw us off. So, do I think that person in the trailer that you and I thought was Bill is Bill? No, but whether Bill makes an appearance or not, I don't necessarily think he will, but it would be cool if he does, and I think he might end up making an appearance. Although people might say, "Oh, that's just forced" or whatever, right? But we'll see.
Yeah. I wouldn't think it'd be forced. I'm just gonna say no. Um.
Okay.
I just feel like his story was in Last of Us 1, and it seems like he was in that town for a very long time. He had a booby trapped. So what would be his motivation to leave?
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Fair
saying?
enough. I mean,
So
I would say if anything to get supplies, but
yeah,
like
I mean,
I'm sure just the immediate area.
wait,
Right.
that's a good point. I mean, if anything, maybe we're given the reasons to go back to Bill and go back to that town. I could see that maybe, and
That would be cool.
yeah, I think that'd be pretty neat. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just say no for now. But I feel like that could possibly be wrong. Starkz, does TLOU 2 have a prologue? Of
Yeah.
course, this is that
Yeah,
short
yeah.
snippet in the
Absolutely.
beginning. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna say yes. I'm also gonna say yes. Would you like to give a prediction, like a quick, maybe like synopsis, as like what you think it'll
be?
include, yeah, or have? Anything?
I don't think it's gonna be nearly as traumatic as part one. In fact, I think it's supposed to be the opposite. Part one starts off very traumatic and it ends off less traumatic. Meanwhile, part two starts off very calm and less traumatic and ends very traumatically. And I guess it's supposed to be like kind of comparative to part one, but I think I think we already saw the prologue or a part of it where Ellie kisses Dina, and then that's when they kiss, and then it's like doom, like, and then the music comes in, and then the last is part two.
I'm trying to do that. You guys sucked ass at that guitar. God,
But no, I think that's gonna be a part of the prologue, where it's gonna show like this nice love, this nice calm environment, and it's gonna be cool, and then the ending is what's gonna be very dramatic as well.
So I'm putting figures. Yes, you do think it's a prologue. It not traumatic. The Dina Ellie kiss in the dance hall. I guess I'll call that. Cool. All
The
right.
church, I think it was.
Oh, it's
The
church.
chapel or whatever. Yeah,
I like
whatever
that
it was.
though. I like that. I like that. I'm also gonna say yes. Mine, it's gonna probably shock you. I think.
No, I don't think it will.
I
Go
want.
on.
I wanted to pick up precisely where Last of Us left off.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
want.
yeah, yeah.
I want 15 minutes there, and then we jump ahead.
Oh, that'll be
That's-
cool. That's cool.
That is what I want.
I like that. I like
I
that.
want-
So it's almost like it's a seamless. Yeah, I like that.
I want to
Right?
see.
Yeah.
I want to see a little bit of exposition into what happened after that lie. How was
Mhm.
Ellie's tone towards Joel, and that could set up how they are in the current day of the game. Like, is there
Right,
tension?
right,
This is
right.
where they're gonna set up that tension. You know what I'm saying? Like this is where that seed is set. You know,
Hmm.
I
I like that special.
and I would love to see the updated graphics on like the original Last of Us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And like
yeah.
how that would look, because I think, oh my god, that would look so cool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and
word.
because I don't wait. I'm trying to think.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited right now.
Oh, I can't wait. At the end of the game,
Yeah.
does Joel say, "Hey, we're going to Tommy's"? I'm trying to remember if he says that.
Yeah, before. Well, don't they say that before, like before the whole conversation?
Yeah,
Like, they know where they're going.
yeah, like in the car, right? Aren't they in the car?
No, they're not in a car, are they? And then they park. I know that they're not. I know.
Wait,
I could have
because then they're
sworn
on foot.
that.
What
No,
am I
they are
thinking?
in a car. You're right. And then they park it, I think.
And then they go
or
into
something like that.
Tommy's. Do they pull up straight to Tommy's from right there?
No. They there's a bunch. There's like a they're in like a hilltop, and then they move. They go over like this fence or something. And then they walk up a couple, and then Ellie,
Yeah.
Joel
Okay, I
goes up,
remember
and then Ellie picks her up, and then that's where they have their conversation.
that. I wonder why they're.
and they-
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say yes. Pick up right where.
Oh,
TLOU
dude, no, I think that's way better. It's like,
Because get this.
you
Get
start,
this.
you
Hold up.
press start, and then it's like, so, tell me everything that happened with the Fireflies is true.
Oh, and just read.
Yes, Ellie, it's true, or whatever he says. And shit.
Just
Okay.
read.
And then they pick up.
my
Oh, no,
God,
that's good. I like
gonna be
that.
so-
I like.
because what if we pull up right
Mhm.
to Tommy's, we see Dina and we see Jesse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
could have been there that whole time.
Right.
I really like that because there was like a small community of people, you know,
Right.
there, right? Yeah. Oh man, so that's my hope. But I could see it being something hella traumatic, or I could see a prologue being Anna or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's
You know what
interesting.
I'm saying?
I wouldn't like if it's Anna or that mystery mode. I wouldn't like that.
Yeah. Speaking
That
of
wouldn't set up really well for me.
Anna, right?
Mm.
Is Anna not Ellie's mom? Are we wrong about Anna?
Oh.
Are we wrong? Is
Mm,
Anna
okay, that's a
not
good
Ellie's
question,
mom?
but I think Anna's her mom, and the reason I say that is because I feel like, oh no, actually I don't know, I'm not too sure honestly, because I feel like the letters kind of set up a very good arc of, yeah, listen, I'm your mom, I didn't want children, however you being brought into this world by me, or I suppose by, or what we think is by her, has changed my perspective tremendously. You're the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I love you. Take care, Ellie.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that, and then also
Yeah.
like I could see Anna expressing like notions of like, I didn't want you as a kid, but I had you because of my work, because I am, you know, trying to like this is my life's work to find
Yeah,
a cure.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah, true.
Hmm.
So that's an interesting perspective though. Like I've always had the idea, the notion that Anna was involved in some form of okay, this sounds, no, I'm not gonna say gang rape, but some form of rape, or that Ellie is some kind of test sub. Like we've established this in previous episodes, but we went over the theory, two theories, and we spoke about how like Ellie might have been a test subject for for the cordyceps, like a cure baby kind of thing.
Right.
But in terms of that perspective, it's like, how would they set that? Like for me, like, although I think that theory might be true, it's like, well, how would they do like, how would Ellie be immune? Like, do they put a cure into Anna and that's how she died? She died from the cure, or not the cure, but some form of maybe she was injected. Maybe Anna was injected with the viral infection to see if their baby, whoever this man, whoever however Ellie got conceived, and that they wanted to see if Ellie was immune. But then it wouldn't make sense in terms of Left Behind, because then everything would be coincidental. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would just, like, you understand what I mean? Like, why would they do that unless Marlene didn't know prior to being bet, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I need to play the game again, man.
Yeah. Also, that's another. I know we always talk about episodes while we recording an episode because we suck at what we do. But
nah.
Actually, not true.
I like doing that. Like,
yeah, same. I like it too. But I definitely do want to coordinate a Last of Us playthrough and we talk about the whole game.
Oh, dude, that'll be sweet.
Because
in that case, I'll have to book out the whole weekend.
Yeah, but because in a similar fashion for Left Behind as well, I want to do separate one for that too. But so, what is your final answer on is Anna not Ellie's mom? Concisely speaking.
Whether I think it's true or not?
Yeah, like is
I don't think it's true. I think Anna's her mom.
Okay, so no, Anna is Ellie's mom. I'm gonna agree with you, right? I know it's not anything anything groundbreaking, but I would like to pose another angle I could see, right? If I may.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
The other angle is that The Last of Us opens up. We see the tragedy that Joel goes through when the outbreak first happens. Sarah dies, her, all that. And then we jump 20 years. We find out in the beginning of Last of Us that Joel does or did have a wife. Like, Sarah does have a mother, but they are divorced. Could Anna, or whatever 4-letter word you want to call this woman, because we know it's 4 letters, could that be Joel's divorced wife?
Oh.
Maybe the connection we are drawing to this mystery woman is false. Maybe this woman has absolutely nothing to do with Ellie. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
I don't know. I'm not saying I believe that. I'm just gonna lay it there. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna have to pull up photos of Sarah and Mystery Woman and Ellie and Mystery Woman then.
I don't know. Are we about to start another Twitter thread? Because I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Just send it to me and I'll retweet automatically.
I'm just posing the theory. Now, next up here.
Now,
what's up? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, just to end off on that. That's a good theory. I really like that perspective. It's just I feel like then what would be the connection between Ellie and her? Because from the box art stuff, like the collector's are you getting any of the collector's edition or?
Nah.
Fake fan. No, I'm joking. You're just getting standard or?
I will be getting a physical.
Get special.
Special.
Get special edition.
I might. I don't know. We'll see. I might. We'll see.
But you have Mystery Woman, or what appears to be Mystery Woman, right in the box art or the mini artwork, and then all the rest is Ellie. So I'm trying to think, like, there has to be a connection between this Mystery Woman and Ellie, or maybe there isn't. But interesting. All right, yeah, we can move on though. But yeah, that's definitely a good theory. Good little theory there. I like that.
Does Ellie die and does Joel die? Very, very quick ones here.
Yeah, both of them.
Wow.
No, I'm joking. You know what? No, I'm gonna go. Both of them die.
Wait, dead ass.
Both of them die. I want to say that both Joel and Ellie, at the end of the game, or at least what might be near the end of the game, are together, because based off of the mocap, like they were both in the mocap suit. They were both crying, or looked like they've been emotional.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced that there will be a part of the game where Joel loses Ellie and Joel commits suicide. Or
Wow.
Joel loses Ellie and he's like, oh God, no, not Ellie. And then he puts a gun towards his head, and just like how it ends in Mist, there's no bullets.
Huh.
And then it kind of fades to black or something. Or you hear a car pull up and he's saved or something like that. That's how it ends in Mist. Mist is an amazing movie.
Damn, so wait, you really think both of them are gonna die?
I think there's gonna be an emotional ending for sure.
Absolutely.
Or I mean, cause I don't want to say that the mocap that they showed, oh yeah, this is by one of the most emotional end sends off or whatever, like the tweet was. But I feel like that was like the ending scene of the movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it has me to believe that both Joel and Ellie are present together and that something emotional happens. So I'm trying to think, like, what would be emotional? I know what's emotional to me. People dying, right? Or some form of that, right? So I think there might be some form of sacrifice. Or almost like a Romeo and Juliet kind of thing where Ellie dies and Joel takes his life for her or something.
I'm gonna cry so hard, bro. Oh my God, I can't wait. God, I can't wait.
Yeah.
My prediction is that Ellie will live. So my answer is no for Ellie dying, but I think there's a solid chance that Joel gets the bullet, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
So
I hope they do something like that though, because Naughty Dog kind of shuns or hides away from, like, Victor Sullivan has almost died like 3 times.
Oh my God, the biggest cop out. I swear to God, just kill the man. I mean, don't, but whatever. So do you think Ellie's gonna die?
I don't see a world where Ellie doesn't die.
Damn.
She will pay for the consequences of her revengeful action. It just has to, like, I love revenge stories, but I hated the end of Kill Bill.
I've never seen Kill Bill.
You haven't what? You haven't watched Kill Bill? Dude, you gotta watch that.
What?
It's good, but like the ending is like, oh no, I can't spoil it now.
What I always think back to is the ending of Red Dead Redemption. I'm sure you played Red Dead Redemption. Have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
I know what happens, so all good.
Yeah, like
I played the sequel, so I mean, it doesn't make you know what I mean. Like, it's all good.
Yeah. What you were saying kind of reminds me of that, where like no matter how hard you try at avoiding this fate will find a way. You know what I'm saying? Like death comes for us all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but do you think Joel's dying?
Well, he inevitably yes.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But
inevitably yes. But as like you mentioned, everyone. Yeah. But again, I'm convinced there's gonna be an emotional beat. It's the first game starts off emotional, ends off cool. Not emotional necessarily, but cool. First game starts off loving and cool and ends off very traumatic. I think Joel makes an attempt to sacrifice himself, or that Ellie is in the process of almost dying and he shoots that person or whatever. So yeah, both of the short answer, yes, they both die. Both of them. Absolutely both of them. Because Joel carries that weight of nurturing Ellie and growing her into this, what it appears to be in part 2, just this crazy person going on this for whatever reason. And Joel has to carry that weight with him, which is why from the trailer, or what it insinuates, that Joel will be a part of this story somehow.
Oh, that's really interesting. Like, could Joel have some sort of like remorse to almost like showing Ellie how to navigate this life in a very aggressive and violent way? That's super interesting. Wow, I hadn't really thought about that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting as hell. Yeah, I guess Joel could have some sort of like remorse over that.
Yeah.
Of like almost like turning Ellie into this killer. You know?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
I mean, he's guilty of it because he helped raise her essentially. Well, not but he helped save her life and whatever. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Wow. Interesting. Factions mode out in fall 2020. Yes or no?
Yes.
And this one I purposely did very, very vague because I want to do a feature episode about our predictions on the standalone factions mode.
Yeah.
That is all but confirmed at this point, not technically. But Starkz, you're gonna say yes for fall 2020. I'm gonna say
by
yes
fall or for fall or by fall, both, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna also say yes. I feel like it'll launch alongside PS5.
You're writing these down, right? We're gonna. Oh yeah. Because I know I'm winning this. No,
I got this. I got this on lock, and I have my last prediction here.
All right.
This one's a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek type of prediction.
Ooh. Okay.
Can Ellie swim?
Oh, I see.
Can Ellie swim?
Yes. She can swim.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
I want to say no too, but nah, she knows how to swim. Well, it would be interesting if she doesn't, which means that Joel and Ellie's relationship thus far has become incredibly distant. Which in that case, I mean, from what we've seen, would make sense. Which in that case, you're probably right. But I'm gonna say yes, she knows how to swim.
Beautiful.
Still, to play devil's advocate, I guess.
This was fun.
Very fun.
This turned out to be our longest episode ever.
No way. What?
Yeah.
How long?
We are just over an hour.
No. We've had another episode that was longer.
Really?
Yeah, we have. It was like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
It was like 2 hours. No, I'm joking.
Huh. But I know after part 2 we're gonna have really long episodes. Oh my god, those are gonna be long as hell. But
that's gonna be yeah.
Oh wait, did we talk about sales predictions? We didn't. We had to talk about sales predictions.
Shit.
How we missed sales? God damn it! How we missed sales? All right, let's think. Sales predictions. I want to pull up the numbers for Spider-Man because I know they're in the 13 millions, I believe, or let's see. So Uncharted 4 is at 15 million. Oh no, Uncharted 4 is that can't be true. No,
what?
This list on Wikipedia is saying that Uncharted 4 is the highest selling PlayStation exclusive.
Okay, no. So I think I think Marvel Spider-Man is the highest in terms of it's the highest within like a couple of days because I heard something like Spider-Man had sold 3 million within a couple of days or something. Gotcha. I think.
Gotcha. So the fastest selling exclusive.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I believe. Don't quote me, but that's what I heard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I just want to pull up another chart just to be sure. That's all. I just want to because I know that this was announced like pretty recently that how can I search this? Best selling PS4 exclusive.
So how long is this episode? Pardon me. Sorry.
We're on the hour 3 right now.
Oh, an hour and 3. So yes, it has been. The last time we went over an was back in the new characters, which was a 1 hour and 1 minute, almost 2 minutes. Almost 1 hour and 2 minutes.
Okay.
Which was a month ago. Yeah.
So I have an article here from GameSpot that was released on September 24, 2019. So recently here. This is this is the NPD numbers for the best-selling PS4 exclusives to date. Right? I don't have numbers with these. Oh, wait, I could probably find them on NPD real quick actually.
Or just send it to me if you can.
Yeah. But the top of it is Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
But here, let me search NPD real quick. I know this is like we're killing dead air on this podcast. My apologies.
I'm sure the audience doesn't matter. If you are still watching, by the way, appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Here we go.
Shout outs to Owen.
Oh, big ups to Owen. Shout out, big homie dog. All right, let's see. Top sign. No, I need to know. Oh my god, how do I find this?
Life to date. I'll Whoa. Oh my god, this ad just played. I hate these ads on these sites, man. I'm like, whoa, what is this? No, there's no way Horizon Zero Dawn being carried forward the fastest. There's no way.
Well, okay, so this is just strictly the top selling. So
okay.
Let's hear. So PlayStation 4 exclusives, life to date, end of August. So from its release to August 2019 in the United States specifically. So maybe Wikipedia's globally, but this is just like for the US. So maybe yours is a little bit more accurate. You know?
Yeah, the
Because
one
this
that I
is-
sent, right?
Yeah, because this. You know
Yeah,
what?
because I'll break down the sales. So for Uncharted 4, total copies sold. Now again, I don't know how updated this is, but it says 15 million.
Uh-huh.
It says 200,000 at retail in Japan, so that doesn't include digital. 800,000 at retail in the United States and 500,000 in Germany.
Right.
Now, I think the United States is very specific with just America. We're not counting Canada and all the other games. So this is not an accurate sales description though, because I mean, I know for a fact there's been more than 100,000 people who bought Uncharted 4 in Canada.
Yeah.
It has to be. There's no way. Or maybe not. That'll be
don't know.
surprising if
But
it's lower. But
let's
anyway.
use. Here's where I think. Right.
Mhm.
I think. Well, I guess how are we gonna like? Are we doing? You know what? Let's do sales in first week. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just do sales in first week because there's no way we're gonna be able to predict like the lifetime sales. Like that's like that's just weird. But first week sales, I think. Okay. When's? So Spider-Man PS4 did 3 million in the first week, right?
I think so. I'll try and search that, but hold on. Fastest. Sorry, guys. We apologize.
It's all good. Yeah. I just wish I had these numbers in front of me because God of War is at 10 million sold overall. Last of Us Remastered is 10 million as well. Horizon Zero Dawn is 10 million as well. We have what else do we have here? Bloodborne's at 2 million, which seems kind of low for that one, but
Okay, so I'm getting VG charts. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll send this to you so you have it too. I don't know if this is the one we're looking for. Nah, man, it's not. I see it. Get ready. So, okay, yeah, wait. I think I see it. So it says the top selling PlayStation 4 games, all figures in millions of units sold through since launch. So this is not even updated. Spider-Man 3 million. Oh yeah, it is, but it talks about global, rest of the world, Japan, Europe, and North America. But it still does not talk about the specific 3-day or week. Let's just say week sale for some of these games. But from my understanding,
yeah, go ahead.
Fastest grossing PlayStation 4 game was Spider-Man. I'm pretty sure.
I think The Last of Us is gonna do 4 million in the first week.
Okay.
Wait, does that sound right? Kevin, do you want to say
No,
that?
it does. It's so because from my understanding again.
Hello?
And Spider-Man with the 5 million.
Cut out for a long time there. Holy shit. You like cut out for like a solid like
Oh, did I really?
Yeah. Can you repeat your statement?
I'm trying to say it. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so the top
Man,
I'm pretty sure had
shoot, you're like cutting out. You're cutting out pretty aggressively, bro. Oh man. No, not the end of the podcast. No.
All right, I'm back.
Hello?
Oh, I hear a repeat, but that's as long as it's not on your end.
No, it's all good.
So I have an article here.
Okay.
Just let me know if I'm cutting out. So it says here are the the top 20 games for September. One was Spider. This is.
Oh man, Starkz, you are.
Okay, let's just.
Starkz, you're cutting out. I'm so sad about it. No. You like, I can hear you for like 2 seconds and then off by 1 second. You know what I'm saying?
That sucks.
Here, so I guess just real quickly.
Mm-hmm.
How many copies do you think you'll sell in the first week?
5 million.
5.
Yep.
Okay.
5 million.
5 million. I'm gonna be chilling at 4, but I think 5. Starkz,
right.
On this long episode, where can the people find you?
Well, if I don't cut off, thank you for watching. Am I cutting off?
Right now, you sound good. Just say as fast as you can. Just say
Perfect.
as fast as you
Okay, you can find me on youtube.com/thestarkz. that's not the URL, but just search up the Starkz, as well as on Twitter.
Beautiful, beautiful. And boys, you can follow me at the KDIaz123. Follow me on there. THEKDIAZ123. Follow me on there, as well as all the different links in the description. You can follow us on Discord as well as Twitter at PSSourceVids. And the Discord link is in the description. If you want to join in on the Last of Us talk, we have dedicated Last of Us channels as well there, so we can talk Last of Us and all that good stuff. And we typically do, so definitely go check out that Discord, as well as subscribe to this channel that you're watching us on youtube.com/PlayStation Source. Follow us on there, as well as subscribe and like if you enjoyed the content, as well as if you want to listen to this show and other podcasts that we have here on the channel in a more audio format. You can also get our anchor link down below in the description, our anchor link, where you can see other links to us on Apple Podcasts, on Google Play Podcasts, on Spotify. You can listen to us in a podcast audio format if you deem so worthy. And thank you for watching, and as always,
PlayStation or greatness awaits.
The Last of Us awaits. PlayStation awaits. Greatness awaits. Does Bill await? I don't know. I'll have to see.